What's up, Pits? Welcome back to the Cherry Pit podcast. My name is Melody, and today I'm here with...
I'm Elsa.
And Sofia.
Woo!
Yay!
Today, we wanted to talk about movies, all things movies, because we have an event coming up. The CMNSU is hosting 2 movie nights. One will have been next week for you guys, last week for you guys listening. On June 28th, we would have played Nightcrawler. And so for those listening right now, on July 5th, we will be having another movie night with The Truman Show. I think I got that right.
Yeah.
That was complex. Right. But anyway, you guys haven't watched any of those 2 movies?
No, haven't watched it.
I haven't either. I'm looking forward to watching them, though. I've been wanting to watch The Truman Show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Nightcrawler is about. Like,
same.
It does not sound like
Me
we chose
either.
it to be kind of communications related. I don't know
Yeah.
how something named Nightcrawler would be related to
Very
communications.
sci-fi.
I think, well, I feel like almost any sci-fi movie, when I think about it, is like communication-esque, you know?
We should have watched that like one episode of Black Mirror.
Ooh,
you know, the
Black
one where they like
Mirror.
have
Any
like
episode of Black Mirror.
literally, but the one where they have specifically the one where they had like ratings on top of their heads and like you'd see
the
every person.
ratings
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
The one with like literally someone at a coffee shop would have
the
their,
coffee
like,
Yeah,
shop.
like a
Yeah.
creepy like social media, but in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so wild. What's the wildest like sci-fi world / what is it called? Like something that's done in a sci-fi
genre.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing what's the weirdest one that you have watched or think would not work in the world?
Ooh.
God, I don't really watch like sci-fi or like anything that like because everything creeps me out weirdly.
So true.
Like literally everything.
Sci-fi is like so fascinating to me for whatever reason.
What's the weirdest thing you've seen?
The weirdest? I don't know. Like, I guess stuff in Black Mirror is pretty like, but sci-fi is so weird because it's like I feel like any of them could happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
in the future.
yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't know. I was trying to think of something that was like so stupid that like it wouldn't happen. You know what I mean?
I don't even know.
There's this one movie that I watched like 5 minutes of. I think it's called Idiocracy or something.
Ooh, okay.
And so like that's supposed to be about a future world where like everyone's stupid now. Basically.
Well, that one, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like to a like weird like a awful extent. Like they just couldn't do anything basically.
This one's so specific, but have you seen that? It's not even like really sci-fi. It's not sci-fi. It's like comedy. But have you seen the one where it's like, I forget who's in it, but like Rihanna's in it, Seth Rogen's in it, and they're all like, it's a bunch of celebrities in a movie, and the world ends, and they get stuck in this mansion.
I haven't seen it, but I think I know which one you're talking about. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, is that what it is?
Let me.
Or it's
I will
something.
Google it.
Something like that.
It's literally the most insane movie I've ever watched.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of celebrities just dying, and then they all have to like
Whoa.
survive together, and it's crazy. I'm gonna search up Seth Rogen celebrity movie. And we'll see.
I think it is that movie though, because it's them acting as themselves, right?
This is the end. It's them acting like themselves.
So then what is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I thought that was also something like that.
Idea.
Anyway.
No, it's literally so ridiculous.
Good to know. I'll take note of that.
But yeah.
Another 2 movies that I think are kind of communication-esque or discussing them as communication-esque, Barbie and Oppenheimer last year. I feel like both of the movies in and of themselves, plus the marketing, plus the whole like fiasco with everyone around them was very chaotic.
Really went hard.
Do you know what's crazy? I didn't watch Oppenheimer.
Me too.
You didn't, but you watched Barbie both
Yeah,
times?
I watched Barbie twice.
Yeah, dressed
Really?
up for it with friends.
Very interesting. So I've watched both.
Yeah.
I personally liked Oppenheimer a little bit better. But and I kind of knew that I would like Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
better,
I think it depends on what kind of movie you like, honestly.
totally, because they're so different too.
I really wish I had watched. I kind of still need to watch it because I literally like I'm a history minor. I love history.
Yeah,
and I love like World War II movies. So I don't know why I haven't watched it, but I really should.
No, it was really good. It's very. I think it depends on who, like, what kind of movies, as you said, you like. And the kinds of ways that movies are made that you like, because it is a Christopher Nolan movie. So, and he's a very specific like movie maker. Yeah. So, it was fascinating, like just for that reason for me, right? And I went and watched it in 44 millimeter 44 it was a 40 I don't remember.
Yeah, the one, yeah,
but like that whole the way that it was supposed to be viewed or whatever.
It's just like I think Barbie was crazy to me because like I think like a year earlier they were like dogging on like Ryan Gosling being chosen as Ken because they were too old. Like Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are too old to play Barbie and Ken, but like
right, that's so true.
Then it like I don't even know when the hype started. I think it started when the movie came out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even tell if they did, like, fantastic marketing on it or if people just picked it up and saw it was a great movie.
What do you think?
I think the marketing, like, it was, like, really, really, like, everywhere. Everywhere just, like, had posters. They did so many collaborations with, like, brands and...
Totally.
Yeah, I just feel like... And then they had, like, this whole thing on TikTok where people would dress up for it, right? And then
that's so true.
Yeah, so then that got like a lot of hype for Barbie.
Yeah, I wonder where that came from. Like the dressing up thing for the movies. I don't know if that was like the people came up with that.
It was such a girly thing though.
Yeah, it was like girlhood.
Like
yeah, it was, but like I feel like so many guys also got into it.
Oh,
like,
my boyfriend loved Barbie.
Oh my god.
But he loved Barbie specifically because of Ken.
Like, so interesting. Yeah,
he loved it, but like he was like literally I think Ken's like #1 fan. He had I'm Just Ken on his playlist.
Oh my god.
So funny.
Yeah, it was so funny. I got him the I Am Kenough hoodie from Mattel. And he still wears it, and it's so good.
That's so funny. Because my boyfriend, I don't even think, he refused to even watch it. He was like, this isn't, he's like, not for me.
Absolutely boring of him.
So boring of him. What was I going to say?
I think we should we do top 3 movies?
Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it. What are your
what are your top 3?
I don't want to go first. I have to think.
I need to think.
I need to think too. Like,
Okay.
I can't do this.
Okay,
I can't do top 3.
I'll go slowly. I think my #1 movie is Mamma Mia.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
I love Mamma Mia. It's just like it's not only nostalgic, but like it's like timeless. I could watch it forever.
Yeah.
I used to watch it every single year for like at least like 12 times a year.
Love that.
Good, such a good movie.
Did you like the second one too?
Not as much.
No.
Because the plot lines make no sense. I could literally talk about this forever, but the grandma died in the first movie and then she's somehow resurrected in the second one. Doesn't make any sense.
Interesting.
But then I'd say my #2. Dude, I was literally thinking about this. I was thinking about what my favorite movies were, but then I forgot. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ooh.
I love that.
I haven't
movie.
watched that
Oh
one.
my gosh. It's so good. It's so good. And 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's a good one.
I rewatched that a lot.
I love that.
I was like in love with the guy who the younger guy who like tries to teach the girl Cameron. Is his name Cameron? I don't know.
I don't remember.
The younger guy who teaches the girls French. I liked him when I was younger. And then honorable mention, Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
Pitch Perfect.
It's pretty good.
Fire movie. That's you can kind of tell what my movie taste is by all my own choices. But yeah.
I feel like I don't like picking favorites when it comes to movies, music, like anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I just like I feel like it changes. It totally changes.
Yeah.
Every year, like every month. I don't know. It changes all the time. But one movie I've always really liked is Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a pretty good one. I liked Oppenheimer. I don't know. I guess like the movies that like I was really into Dune like this year. Earlier this year. Any sci-fi movie that like, especially when it's serialized, like just gets me for whatever reason. I guess I really like enjoy reading into the lore and like learning about the entire world that's been built.
Yeah.
As opposed to like one singular movie, you know? But yeah, I don't know. It changes.
That's fair.
That's so fair.
Yeah. Do you have any favorites?
Me? I would say I really like the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, that's a good
that's
one.
Like
good
Wes
choice.
Anderson movies are like so good.
Yeah.
Like I love the details that he does, and so far I loved most, like all of his movies are just so good to me. Yeah. And then I also really liked like Studio Ghibli movies. They're like the anime movies. Like,
right.
I specifically really liked Spirited Away.
Dude, that movie creeped me out when I was younger.
Right?
I watched it like I watched it. I think the first time I watched it, I got so scared I like couldn't watch it through. It's
I don't think I haven't watched it.
Oh, you have to. It's like so weird.
It's like creepy.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's very good.
Yeah.
So I need to get on that, I guess.
Then I also really liked, what was it, like Coraline growing up. But then like those like creepy like animation movies. I just like
You're into it?
Yeah, but I also really liked romance too.
Yeah. Claymation, scary as hell.
Totally. Even when it's not supposed to be scary.
Fantastic Mr. Fox is actually such a terrifying movie.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
It's like based on is it Robert Munch or who created that story? Someone, I don't know, but it's bad. Someone. It's bad. It scares me.
What's that one? What is it called? Gromit and
Gromit and something.
So Wallace.
Wallace
and Gromit.
Oh, so creepy.
Yeah.
Even though it's not supposed to be.
Literally.
Like,
it's just because it's claymation.
No, literally. But like Coraline, I think I watched it when I was like 7.
Yeah.
And literally cried afterwards. I was like, this is
real.
way too creepy. Like
the other mother.
Like, no.
She's so scary.
And then she goes into the portal and it's like, and then she tries to sew the eyes. I actually can't.
Yeah.
I will never get that movie out of my head, but I'm not watching it ever again. I can't do it.
There's so many theories.
Me too. And then there was girls who like were obsessed with it.
Yeah.
They're like, I love this movie. And they would watch it all the time, talk about it. And I'm like,
no, I can't do that.
No.
Oh my God. What's the most recent movie you guys watched?
I went to the movies actually last night and watched Inside Out 2.
Me too.
Okay, so is that all a recent movie?
I guess so.
I cried.
Oh my God.
I almost cried.
Literally
as well.
cried because anxiety. Me. Literally me.
No, it was so relatable. I think I still like the first one better though.
Yeah.
But like it was still really good.
I just don't think it's like a kid's movie at this point. Like
growing up with us.
There's literally just like I don't know. There's like I couldn't see a kid like relating to any of that. And they could just see like pretty colors. It wasn't like specifically very like.
Well, I feel like it made sense for like that age that she was, because she was like what, 13, like a preteen. I feel like past that age, like anyone could relate to it.
But even like if you think about it, like when I was 13, I wasn't like thinking, oh my God, I'm in puberty. This is why I hate everybody. I just hated everybody for literally no reason.
But that's why I think it's so good, because like older people can watch it and be like, oh yeah, like that's how it was, and like my anxiety and like this and this and this. And then younger people can watch it and be like, oh, like maybe that's why I'm acting.
What's your guys' favorite emotion?
Ooh, I liked disgust.
Yeah.
Disgust is always.
Yeah, she was like, so iconic. Motherly. Yeah. She was like very caring, but also
She's iconic. Ennui was so funny.
Oh my God,
literally no reason.
No,
losing
true.
the phone. Oh my God, relatable.
I don't know. I liked Ennui too. I feel like embarrassment was just like so funny, so relatable.
Oh my God,
so funny with the hoodie. So good. And I get such bad embarrassment. So I was like,
no,
embarrassment.
Same. I also thought it was really cool how they made them like almost parallels of the other emotions.
Yeah.
Like embarrassment and sadness like kind of match.
Yeah. They would like help each other.
Yeah. And like disgust and what was the other one? Envy.
Envy.
Kind of a match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then ennui with anger, I guess. And then anxiety with joy.
Yeah.
Is there 4 of them? Who's the original or anger?
Oh, there's fear.
Fear. Oh.
Fear, anxiety.
Fear and anxiety. So joy is just, that makes sense that joy is alone. Joy. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah. Joy kind of annoys me, but that's okay.
Same. It's like too much joy.
She's literally kind of annoying, but like it's okay. She's just like a control freak.
I saw this thing where it's like how Inside Out, like how most of the emotions, there's only one positive emotion out of all of the emotions.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
That's like, actually so true.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
I feel like envy could have been something different.
True.
Yeah.
Like she didn't really add anything. She was a little too similar to disgust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know? Like it could have been something different.
And a little too much of like whatever anxiety says.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what's nostalgia?
Oh, nostalgia.
So funny. It was so funny.
She's just hiding in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think they needed to do any advertising for that movie.
Yeah.
Like literally none. I saw one poster and I was like, I have to go see it.
No, I think that's so I honestly don't remember seeing much advertisement besides like posters here and there either, but like for some reason everyone I talked to was like, I'm gonna go watch Inside
Out 2.
Yeah.
I think it's genuinely one of the best movies I saw when I was little, so I
honestly,
think that's
same.
why.
Yeah.
They did it so perfectly. I don't know. I've never seen a better Pixar. I think Inside Out's my top Pixar movie.
Love.
That's a hot take, but I don't know, because there's like Toy Story and stuff like that.
There's a lot of honestly Pixar. I feel like overall I liked better than Disney.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe now that I'm older, that's my take. But like I feel like their storylines are just so much more relatable on like such a broad like spectrum of age too.
The problem is that they're just like, I don't know. The problem with like Disney is that they just have like ran out of ideas. Like literally just like there's nothing. Did you see they're making a new live action Lion King 2?
They're making so many like
Another
number 2
live
like
action.
Moana
Live
2.
I'm like, live action?
Yeah.
Please throw it out the window. I have never ever watched a single live action movie and I think they're bad. Like stop harping on like old ideas of the past. And like I don't know, I just didn't need it. Like the originals are so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up on them, but
maybe.
Yeah.
But like I think I would agree.
Right?
Yeah. I also think with all the like maybe not with like Lion King and stuff, but like the princesses. Yeah. That doesn't need to be remade. Like
no,
they've
really,
already
really
done
doesn't.
so many. Like Cinderella.
So many versions.
So many like a ridiculous amount. Like you need to stop.
Also like okay, I don't know if this is a hot take, but like them trying to like modernize these old stories. Yeah. Just let them die and make new modern stories. Right. It doesn't make any sense. Like like you remember all those clips from like of like Snow White and like how it was Rachel Ziegler who was like,
oh yeah,
she's like, she doesn't need the prince, and I'm like, the story was written in the 1930s. Can we just move on?
No, I agree.
Like I want to see new stories. I really want to, and I want little girls to have like
their own princesses.
Yeah, literally, like some new magic. Like that's what Disney's for, apparently.
Gotta be more creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They're making a live action Moana.
Really?
I'm like, already?
Yeah, I heard that
already.
See, like Moana was a good one that was like, it's okay. Moana was a good one that was like, that came out later.
Yeah.
A whole new like princess, a whole new character story or whatever. But like, I feel like they can do that again.
Or make like Moana 2. Did they make a Moana 2?
They're making Moana 2 like this year or next year.
And then they're making the live action.
And then the live action.
Wow.
That's
really interesting.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. Feels redundant. But also, isn't Disney like going out of like, they're like losing money from all these movies?
Really?
I've seen that. Yeah, they're like losing lots of money because no one's watching the live action movies.
Oh,
so fair.
Like, no one wants to watch them. But I bet Inside Out 2 made like so much money.
That's true. They just need to like bust out a couple bangers here and there. And
literally. Get some creative people on there.
Yeah. There's no way Disney's losing money though, because they own like half the entertainment.
Yeah, I think they're just losing money on those specific projects.
Maybe.
Because they put, I mean, you have to put so much money into making like a live action movie.
Oh, yeah, all the CGI and everything.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Yeah, but they do own so much stuff.
Yeah.
I learned that like a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 semesters ago, that it's just like literally just 2 big media corporations that own the entirety.
Yeah.
That shocked me, honestly.
Same, because I knew Disney owned a lot, but I didn't know like just how much.
And like all over the world.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
If you think about it, they really could just like manipulate us if they wanted to.
And I'm sure they do on a minuscule scale that we haven't noticed yet.
Probably. They're just planting seeds.
I'm sure. Are there any other movies you guys have watched like recently?
Oh, we're going to talk about Anyone But You.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I think that it was the most like genius marketing tactic of so long of like a rom-com movie.
Yeah.
Like they really just like Sydney Sweeney is literally engaged. Like she's literally engaged to the producer who produced the movie.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they made the world believe that Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney were like in love.
Their chemistry.
Yeah.
Which like I low-key believed it for a while.
Well, do you think it was a confirmed marketing tactic?
No, not confirmed, but like that's just like my belief because they like you don't see them ever anymore.
That's really true, but that could also just be because the media's bored.
I guess so. I guess so. But I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I did ship them for a while because I loved the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't? I thought a lot. I think it was really half and half on like what people thought about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked it, but I love a cheesy rom-com.
Yeah.
I love cheesy rom-coms as well. I should watch it. But I heard that the movie is based off of like a Shakespeare. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like
Which one? Do you know which one it is?
I don't really remember, but
Anyone But You.
I heard it was based on a Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, it's like so similar but like modernized version of it."
Yeah. And so the thing that I saw was like this is what it was based off of, and they didn't say like anything about that in their marketing at all. Like they focused on Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell, which I don't know if that was like for the positive or for the negative.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people like it was like one of the highest grossing rom-coms in the past couple years, so but I don't know. What's your guys' like I feel like rom-coms kind of died after like a certain point. Like
they did.
They haven't made like really fantastic rom-coms in a while.
The 2000 ones.
Yeah, exactly.
2000s was like the peak. I
don't think anyone could beat like 10 Things I Hate or 10 Things I Hate About You, and then like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
It's all to do with numbers, huh?
Literally.
27 dresses.
No, every single like Adam Sandler rom-com beats out like all of the recent ones.
Yeah.
The Notebook, but that's not really a comedy, I guess. That's literally just a rom.
Just a rom.
Rom no com.
Rom drum.
Rom drama.
Melodrama.
I recently watched Sisterhood of Traveling Pants.
Recently?
Yes, for the first time.
Really?
The first one and the second one, and I like thought they were so good.
They're life changing.
They're totally life changing. Have you watched them, Elsa? You should watch
You
them.
have to watch them.
So good. I think they're on Prime, on Amazon Prime. So
probably. They're actually like, oh my God. All of my friends were like, when we were in like elementary school, we were like, we should do that. We should have the pants. I read the book and then I watched the movies.
Oh, I didn't know it was a book.
Yeah.
But it was really good.
But it's just so good. It's also weird. Like, it's like, now I can't really watch it now because when I watch it now, I just like relate the characters to like who they've been in different movies.
Yeah,
like
true.
Alexis Bledel will never be anyone but Rory Gilmore in my brain.
Right.
And like
I've never watched Gilmore Girls, but I still connected her to that.
You haven't watched Gilmore Girls?
No. I'm so like unbelievably under the rock. Like you guys have no idea.
I just am like I'm a serial like TV watcher. Like I definitely watch TV more than movies because like you know they're shorter. You don't have to like really.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
me, I'm like a mix of both. I think like movies. Probably when I was younger, I watched more movies, but then when I grew up, more TV series.
That's so fair.
Yeah, it's
really interesting.
It's like school. It's like schoolwork. It's like okay, I'm gonna watch like one episode and then go back to.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like I don't have time for movies right now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the opposite. I don't have time for TV shows because I get way too invested. Like as I was describing.
Oh, and then you like binge.
Yes, I need to binge. Like I can't not binge, and so like if I'm starting a TV show, I have to start from the very beginning and go through the entire thing.
So true.
And like I can't leave things in the background because I want to pay full attention to it.
I can't do things. I like a lot of people people study with like TV shows and movies in the background? I cannot.
I can't even study with music. Like people study with music. I can't.
Really?
Do that.
I study with like intensely like blasting classical music in my ears.
Classical I've done before. Like sometimes I'll even play like white noise or like rainforest sounds.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. It's fine when it's like just music, like just sounds, but like an actual song with like lyrics and like a mix of lyrics and rhythm, no way. Like I'm gonna be paying full attention to it. Yeah.
I just have like I need something to like tune out my brain, like, or else I'm not gonna like sit down and focus. Like I have to have something blasting in my ears, so because sometimes I'll just be like sitting there and like if I'm sitting studying in silence and I hear like a crack and I'm like, I should go clean my bedroom.
So I can't do silence either, but I can't do anything that's gonna
How do you study then?
I don't is the answer. I need to it really, I don't know, man, I'm weird. I need to get in like a productive like mood.
Same.
If I'm in that like headspace of productivity, then it doesn't matter what's around me really. I'll like do the thing that I'm doing, but it's like rare. You know,
it's honestly so bad for me because like I feel like I work best under pressure.
Same.
But I have to stop procrastinating things. Like yesterday, in the past 2 days I've written 2 papers within like a 2-hour time period.
Ooh. Same, I've done that before too.
And I don't know how I literally don't know how I did it, and my head hurts and I want to go to bed.
No, literally I have told this to myself throughout my entire life after procrastinating. I'm like, if I had this drive to do things like on a regular basis, the amount of things that I would have accomplished by now is ridiculous. Because like if I can write like a 2,000 3,000 word paper in the span of like 2 hours before it's due, then like what else? What can I not do?
You could do so much. Yeah.
But I can't.
But also the thing is, every single time after I procrastinate, I'm like, that was the worst thing ever. I hated that so much.
Shame.
I don't want to ever. I'm like, I never want to do that. I'm going to study in advance. I'm going to write my paper over a couple days. Nope. Because the beauty of just chilling in your room for like hours before you have to actually submit something is much better.
Yep.
In conclusion, I can't watch TV shows because of this, because I'll just be thinking about watching that and what's going to happen next. Whereas a movie is one and done usually.
That's fair, and then you kind of get like an ending to it. Except some movies end on cliffhangers for the second movie, and I hate cliffhanger movies.
Cliffhangers.
Oh my god. Like, just finish the plot line.
Right.
It doesn't need to be fair. Or if it's going to be a second movie. I don't know how people watched the Twilight series in when it was coming out.
Yeah.
Because I binged all of them in a row.
That's another thing I haven't watched.
Really? Oh my god.
I'm telling you guys, like you guys wouldn't believe, like if I show you my phone right now, I have a list of TV
movies and shows.
Yes, TV shows and movies that like friends around me have been like, it's ridiculous that you haven't watched that yet, and I've just been adding to this list.
Same.
And you don't know when you're gonna finish it.
I'm never gonna get to all of it. Like, it's just so long. The movies I've actually been getting through, but like TV shows, it's no way. Especially the ones that are like 10 seasons. Like, are you kidding? I need to wait until I graduate school. Have my own place, have nothing to do but like sit and watch.
So things. Fair. To be honest, hot take, I really don't like Grey's Anatomy.
Ooh. I'm in general not really a fan of like medical dramas.
I agree.
Me too.
Yeah, I agree. Any medical movie, medical drama, blah blah blah. No show should be 23 seasons.
Oh my god.
No show.
23 seasons.
It's really long. I haven't watched like Grey's Anatomy fully.
Have you watched Friends?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one I have watched.
I was like, that's like something. Have you watched Friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like everyone should have watched that.
Yeah.
Even though everyone says it's like super cringe, it's like most of us have watched it.
I've probably watched that one like once or twice through.
Yeah.
Like just the first time I watched myself like all the way through, and then like maybe 2 or 3 times I've like seen it. Yeah. Like episodes elsewhere because other people in my family or friends will be watching it. But that's one that I feel like almost everybody who I know knows like literally every single episode.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's just like an easy watch. Like it's not that hard.
For sure.
I never got into The Office.
Ooh.
Me either.
Yeah.
Haven't watched. Have you watched that one?
No.
Wow.
Brooklyn 99.
This
Have
is
you guys
like
watched it?
consensus.
I haven't watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I've been told
watched
to.
that. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is good. I like that one.
Yeah.
What else? Have you guys watched like Seinfeld?
No. I know of the episodes, but that's just like
Yeah.
Full House. No.
Full House I watched.
Me too.
Kind of like a half
Yeah.
in and out because my sister was like binge watching it, and so like I would kind of sneak in and watch some. I like my favorite I think TV show of all time is Boy Meets World.
Oh, fire show!
My God.
You guys have watched
Fire show! I've watched it through like multiple times.
Same. Why are we the same?
Oh my God. Boy
I
Meets
feel
World.
like people who I like mention this show to are like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, a lot of the times either I don't know what that is or they're like obsessed with it. There's no middle.
It's so true.
So good.
Because it's so good.
It's so
I think it's the
good.
best sitcom ever made.
Did you guys watch like the kids?
Hot take.
Hot take.
Girl Meets World?
I
watched it,
not
like-
as good at all.
No,
No.
it's definitely not a good.
Like-
I didn't even like it growing up. Like even when it came
Yeah.
on the TV, I was like, meh.
Same.
Oh
Boy
my
Meets
God,
World,
Disney
though.
shows though. Wizards of Waverly Place.
Same.
Top show.
love.
Top show.
Best
indeed.
show. No one can tell me otherwise. I don't think Hannah Montana's better. I don't think like
No.
I don't think anything is better than Wizards of Waverly Place.
Wizards
Alex
of Waverly
Russo.
Place. I would say close to that is That's So Raven,
Yeah.
but Wizards of Waverly
Good
Place.
Luck Charlie.
That was pretty good.
So
actually.
good.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
good.
God.
I feel like when it was coming out, I like didn't appreciate it as much as I should have.
Yeah.
But Good Luck Charlie, out of all the movies or out of all the TV shows that were coming out at that time, I feel like it was definitely on a different level.
Yeah. I also just like that like this is the thing, like they used to make kids shows to also be funny for adults.
Yeah.
So, like-
it was a family show. not a
Exactly.
kids show.
Like
Yeah.
we could come back and I could go back and watch the episodes and
Yeah.
and still laugh and still think some of it's funny.
Yeah.
But just like the different parts that I didn't understand when I was younger.
Yeah. For
And I'm
sure.
so sick of like I don't like that they make kids shows like so
like actually kids shows.
for real.
Yeah.
It's like
No, it's
I think
true.
I'm fully gonna be. I think I'm just gonna show my kids like regular like
shows.
my old shows
Yeah.
because I want to watch them too. So just
No,
make it
I-
entertaining for myself.
I completely agree. But I think part of it is because like families don't really sit and like watch things together.
yeah, not
Yeah.
everything's really centered around the TV anymore.
Yeah, which is kind of sad.
I'm not giving my kids iPads.
Oh, iPad
This
kids.
This is no. Every single sentence of mine is just hot
Hot
take.
takes.
No, but like
Yeah.
for real, I think if you're a communications major and you want to give your kid an iPad,
Yeah.
you have issues.
This is something we've talked about on the podcast
Have you?
before
Yeah.
too. And like I feel like every communication major I've talked to is like, no, my kids aren't getting a
Nope.
phone, they're not getting an iPad.
Nuh-uh.
But then so this like, and I think I've asked this on the pod before, but like this makes me think the whole idea that people are like, oh, like kids from here on out basically are like screwed because of all the technology around them and whatnot, and that the iPads that they're growing up with. But like if all of our generation is like, that's not happening with my kids, then like is it gonna reverse? Like do we have a
I hope not.
you hope not? You want them to be grown up with iPads?
No. Without that. I don't want the reverse where like my kids would give their kids iPads because I didn't give them iPads.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So I think because you know the generation above us, like millennials.
Yeah.
those are the people who are giving their kids iPads.
Millennials
right now,
are
right?
insufferable people.
I agree.
Hot
That's
take.
a whole different take. That's a whole other podcast, I think. But what was I gonna say? So they're giving their kids iPads, and we're seeing that as the generation below.
Yeah.
Being like, we're not gonna do that to our kids, who would be like the generation after. That.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then, so these kids now growing up on iPads, like, what are they gonna do when they're older?
Be zombies, literally.
Are they gonna be zombies, or are they gonna be like, oh, because I grew up on iPads, my kids should have iPads? Or are they gonna be like, because I grew up on iPads and everything was terrible, we're not gonna give our kids iPads?
I think that's like, I feel like they're gonna be like a more, I think they're gonna be more intense versions of us. because like
interesting
take. I think that most of us like grew up on like half not phones, half having phones. Like I like it was so weird growing up. I like basically just experienced the movement into technology that like right, because like when I was super little, we were watching VHS tapes on the TV. My parents had like flip phone. Like I don't even think my parents had flip phones until I was like 5 or 6.
Same. Yeah.
And then like what, like 6 years later I got an iPhone. So it's just like crazy to think about because but I think that now and I think that my parents gave me I got my first phone when I was 13.
Same. I think I was 12.
Yeah.
13.
And I'm like, Mom, I love you, but that was such a bad mistake. Like, I'm not giving my kids phones until they're at least like 15 or 16. That's
really interesting because I in the city I grew up in, Burnaby, our high schools start at grade 8.
Yeah.
So that they gave me a phone like towards the end of grade 7 when I was going to high school.
Yeah, same.
For like the reason, like for some safety reasons and stuff like that. Like, you know, because I would be walking there by myself. I'm like out by myself more often now. But like my first phone was not a smartphone.
No, it was a flip. I had a flip phone. I had one of those, like, you know, when you like flip a phone up and then there's a keyboard underneath. I had that.
You were a cool kid. I had it was like it was a BlackBerry like texting phone.
Yeah, that one was good. My dad had that one.
But like my sister, her first phone was when she was like 9, maybe like 8 or 9.
Oh wow, because she's younger than you.
Yeah, she's younger than me, and she got stuff that I had like passed down too. So it was like easier that way. But like everyone around her age like started getting phones at that time. And they were all smartphones, you know.
Everyone had like an iPhone, and I was like, what?
Like, what's happening
How do you all have this money to get like smartphones for your 13-year-olds?
But then the other thing is, like, I think a lot of them around my sister's age, they were passed down. Like, that's how they got smartphones at a younger age. Because like their parents would now be like, we're upping our game, so we're giving our old one to the kid. But our age group is like so interesting and so individual, because like I don't think it's never gonna happen again. You know,
there's never been like a bigger transition in like a very within like a 10-year childhood, like which is crazy, like, because I genuinely couldn't imagine giving my kid an iPad because I had so much fun as a child without technology. Like, my parents didn't let me on the internet. Like, I don't know any YouTube culture from before like 2016. Like, people talk to me about like Zoella and like Dan and Phil and all these like British YouTubers that were popular in like 2014. I have no idea. I've never watched a single one of their like YouTube videos. And like, I had such a good childhood, and I like played with my friends outside. Like, I feel like I sound like a boomer when I say that, but like, I don't know. It's like parents now think that tablets are like a need, and it's like your kid also has like a creative brain. Like, little kids make up imaginary friends if they're lonely.
I think that's your whole the beginning of YouTube thing that you just mentioned. What year were you guys born again?
2003.
Me too.
2003. Okay, so even just the 1 year difference, I feel like when you discuss stuff like that is like so much, because like the YouTube beginnings with all these creators and stuff, I feel like were happening when I was maybe 10, 11 years old. So I was now transitioning, like, as I said, into high school and stuff, and like that's when I got my phone, but also I got my first tablet, which was only an in-house use, but like I watched YouTube all the time on that, right? It's just so like interesting. The YouTube that kids watch now is also not the same YouTube.
No, it's not like it's not kid oriented. They're also
not exploring it. Like, we were exploring it because it was new, not just like to us, but to the world. But it's just new to them as individuals, and so much more expanded.
Which is like, I don't know, it's like interesting to think about, because I know that a lot of people that just ended up on like really bad sides of the internet when they were little, like they would be like, yeah, I would just like be scrolling on YouTube and I'd end up on the dark web, and I was like, how did you do that? How'd you get there? But like it's 2013 and YouTube is just starting, like it hadn't started, but like it was getting into its prime, and like
the internet in general was like there was less things, it was less expansive, so it was like I think easier to get to places you should be going.
Literally.
You know? But it's so much bigger and wider. Like everything's just way more expansive now. There's way more apps. There's way more everything.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I think it's more dangerous than the internet was before. But like, also I don't even know if I can say that, because like I couldn't imagine what it was like being like a teenager or in their 20s in like 2012, 2013. I got it to my brother because he was a teenager and a 20-year-old back then. But like there was like these horrible like websites, and like nothing was like regulated. Yeah. So like things are more regulated now, but it's not for 8-year-olds to look at.
Yeah.
You know?
It's definitely more regulated now, but it's also not as, I feel like we weren't as immersed in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Kids know too much. I feel like a lot of people, like when you were like little, and like 12, 13-year-olds back then on the internet were just like, let me go to YouTube and then click this video.
Yeah.
But like these kids know how to like Google stuff and like do other things, and like they have their own Instagrams. And I'm like, and also all of them look like they're 25.
Yeah.
They all look like they're 25. I see like 13-year-olds at their grade 7 graduation, and they're like in these skimpy little dresses, and I'm like, please put some clothes on. My god.
Wow, what a world.
The internet. I wonder what people are gonna say in like 100 years.
That's so, they're gonna be like, the internet? That's so like 100 years ago.
I feel like there's gonna be like some studies coming out in the next like 30 years about like kids who like were exposed to like the internet by like to have like tablets and stuff at 3 years old.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely gonna be, because there is no way these kids aren't gonna come out with like intense levels of like ADHD and like anxiety and depression.
True. However, I have also heard from like studies that they're doing, like psychological studies that they do on like little kids and stuff, those who have been exposed to tablets and stuff have more like hand-eye coordination. Like their hand-eye coordination builds way faster.
That's crazy. I've
Isn't
never
that
heard
weird
that.
to think about?
Yeah, I guess because they're using their hands more of it.
Yeah. Like a 3-year-old who's been using a tablet or whatever, they're able to like build a straight like blocked structure. Ooh. But like another 3-year-old can't yet.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah.
What about what the positives are of iPad kids?
Right. I'm sure there are positives, right? Yeah. Because their minds are able to like grow in a different way.
Yeah.
In a faster way almost.
There's definitely a way to use tablets. Like also there was like these, do you remember like leapfrog pads?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Like there were like there's like educational things behind it, but I think it's like different when a parent is just giving a kid an iPad to make him start crying.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
Like
true.
You can't just like hand off your parenting to a piece of technology.
True. Wow.
How profound.
From movies to tablets.
Parenting.
To parenting. For real. Oh my goodness. Well, I think that about wraps it up for today. Any last? No.
Come to movie night.
Come to movie night.
Yep. Come to movie night.
Truman Show, July 5th.
Yes.
5 p.m.
Yes. Check us out on Instagram at CMNSU. And we also have some podcast episodes on YouTube. Our last 2 episodes of season 2 were filmed. So go watch those. Our YouTube is SFU CMNSU. I think that's it. Love you guys. Bye, Pids.
Bye.